Did you know that neglecting certain body parts can significantly impact your health and longevity? As we age, maintaining proper hygiene becomes increasingly important due to a weakened immune system and the risk of infections. But which areas should we focus on? In this video, we'll uncover the four most crucial body parts that seniors should wash regularly to enhance their health and extend their lifespan. Now, you might think you already know the basics of hygiene, but here's the twist. Some commonly overlooked areas can harbor bacteria and lead to unexpected health issues. Studies show that proper hygiene can reduce the risk of infections by up to 30%. So, what are these key areas? And why are they so important? First, we'll discuss the importance of keeping your feet clean. Did you know that foot infections are surprisingly common among seniors? Next, we'll explore why washing behind your ears is more crucial than you might think. The third point will surprise you. It's an area many forget, but plays a vital role in overall health. Finally, we'll talk about the significance of oral hygiene and its connection to heart health. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tips to improve your hygiene routine and protect yourself from common health issues. If you find this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive in and discover how these simple changes can make a big difference. All right, let's dive into something we might not think about every day, our fingernails. You know, those little things at the tips of our fingers? They can actually be a bit of a hidden danger zone if we're not careful. I mean, who would have thought, right? But the thing is, neglecting to clean under your fingernails can lead to some pretty nasty stuff, like bacterial and fungal infections. And trust me, that's not something you want to deal with. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call her Mary, she once developed a fungal infection just because she didn't pay much attention to the dirt under her nails. It started small, but it turned into a real hassle for her. On the flip side, another friend of mine made it a habit to clean her nails regularly, and she managed to avoid those recurring infections. It's like night and day, really. Now, you might be wondering, why are fingernails such a big deal? Well, they can trap all sorts of dirt and germs, and these germs, they can easily find their way into your body, causing infections. It's like having a little germ party right under your fingertips. Not exactly the kind of party you want to host, right? So, what can we do about it? It's actually pretty simple. Using a nail brush regularly can make a world of difference. And keeping your nails trimmed? That's another great way to keep those pesky germs at bay. It's all about making these small changes that can have a big impact on your health. Have you ever had any issues because of nail hygiene? Maybe a little infection that just wouldn't go away? I'd love to hear your story. It's always good to share and learn from each other. After all, we're all in this together, trying to live our best, healthiest lives. All right, let's dive into something we might not think about every day, our feet. You know, foot care is more than just getting a pedicure. It's actually crucial for our health, especially as we get older. I mean, think about it. Our feet carry us everywhere, yet they're often the most neglected part of our body. Proper foot hygiene can prevent infections and complications from poor circulation, which is something we definitely want to avoid. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Bob, was really diligent about his foot care. He always made sure to wash and dry his feet thoroughly, especially between the toes. One day, during his regular foot check, he noticed a small spot that didn't look quite right. Turns out, it was the start of an infection. Because he caught it early, he was able to treat it before it became a bigger issue. It's amazing how something so simple can make such a big difference. Now, you might be wondering, why all this fuss about feet? Well, the thing is, our feet are prone to infections due to moisture and reduced sensation as we age. Fungal infections and ulcers can sneak up on us if we're not careful. And trust me, you don't want to deal with those. So, what can we do? First, make sure to wash and dry your feet thoroughly. Pay special attention to drying between your toes. It's a small step, but it can prevent a lot of problems. Also, think about your footwear. Choosing breathable shoes can help keep your feet dry and comfortable. I know, it might be tempting to stick with those old favorites, but breathable shoes can really make a difference. So, what are your foot care tips? Do you have any tricks that work for you? I'd love to hear them. So let us know in the comments. Remember, taking care of our feet is just one way we can help ourselves live longer and healthier lives. All right, let's talk about a spot that often gets overlooked: behind the ears. You might be thinking, really? Behind the ears? But yes, it's true. This area can actually accumulate a surprising amount of dirt and bacteria. And you know, when that happens, it can lead to skin irritation or even infections. It's one of those things that we might not think about, but it can make a big difference in our overall health. I remember hearing about a senior who had some irritation because they hadn't been cleaning behind their ears regularly. It was one of those things they just didn't think about. But once they started paying attention to it, their skin health improved significantly. It's kind of amazing how such a small change can have a big impact, right? And it's not just about avoiding irritation. There's also the risk of bacterial infections. I mean, none of us want to deal with that, especially when it's something we can easily prevent. So, what can we do? Well, incorporating ear cleaning into your daily routine is a great start. Just a quick wash with some gentle soap can do wonders. It's simple, but effective. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, is it really that important? And honestly, yes, it is. The thing is, when we neglect these small areas, they can become breeding grounds for bacteria. And over time, that can lead to bigger issues. So, it's worth taking a moment to give them a little attention. Do you have a routine for cleaning behind your ears? If you do, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe you have a tip or trick that works well for you. Or if you haven't thought about it much before, maybe this is a good time to start. It's all about those small steps that can lead to a healthier, longer life. So, let's keep the conversation going and share our experiences. You know, as we get older, self-care becomes more than just a routine. It's like a gentle promise we make to ourselves. I remember my neighbor, Ed, who always said, "Taking care of yourself is like watering a garden." And he was right. It's about nurturing, not just surviving. We often think, do I really need to focus on this? But the thing is, every small act of care adds up. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better. So how do you prioritize self-care in your daily routine? Maybe it's a morning walk or a quiet moment with a book. Comment below. Let's share our stories. So, let's wrap this up. We've talked about some pretty important stuff today, right? I mean, who would have thought that something as simple as cleaning under your fingernails could make such a difference? It's like these little things we often overlook can actually have a big impact on our health. And then there's foot hygiene. You know, my friend once told me, if your feet are happy, you're happy. And honestly, there's some truth to that. Keeping your feet clean and dry can really help you stay on your toes, literally and figuratively. And let's not forget about the area behind the ears. It's one of those spots that, well, we might not think about every day, but it can be a sneaky place for bacteria to hang out. So, giving it a little extra attention can go a long way. Now, if you found these tips helpful, why not share the love? Like, subscribe, and share this video with friends who might benefit from these tips. You never know who might need a little reminder. Remember, taking small steps in your hygiene routine can lead to significant improvements in your health and longevity. It's like planting seeds for a healthier future. So, stay healthy and take care. We're all in this together, and every little bit helps.